Mm. So I guess my camera's gonna work today, y'all. Camera's working today, barely. I hope y'all can hear me. I'm all messed up today. Let's see. Well, I ain't gonna lie. Nobody's on this stream, and I don't need nobody on this stream. Ooh, Lord, y'all, I'm getting my hair done today. Y'all probably can't even see. Need me anyway. Um. So yeah, I'm going live today at what is this? Um. It's 5:11 in the morning at 11:22, 2024 at on. Um, yeah, just going live this morning. Mm, there we go. Need new glasses. Bear with me. Um, yeah, I'm just going live this morning, and honestly, I'm gonna move this. I want to move my camera. Maybe possibly. Honestly, hmm, hmm, interesting. I wonder why I'm upside down. Hmm, okay, bump it. Um, so yeah, y'all. Uh, I just figured today I would go live and just really talk to you all and kind of see, what y'all think. I'm asking ChatGPT some questions, let's be honest. Because ChatGPT be knowing stuff. 5 o'clock in the morning, I couldn't sleep. So, it was 4 o'clock when I woke up. And, I didn't post on Monday or Thursday. And today I was just like, nah, I need to get up and post. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I've just really been feeling unloved lately. I've been feeling like I'm doing everything wrong. Um, what I am doing is not enough. Um, I feel like I don't even know what love is anymore at this point. Sometimes, like I know love is a feeling and it's an action, but I also feel like everyone has their own perception and their own thoughts on what love is. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be in alignment with what you think. And for y'all, do you feel like if you love someone or you understand them, how do you balance loving yourself and loving that person knowing the way that they need to be loved? And if they don't love you the way that you want to be loved, do you have the right to separate yourself or should you just stay in hopes that it'll change and get better? Because you can only control what you do and what you think and how you feel. And emotional intelligence is not only managing your emotions, but also managing others' emotions. And I feel like that's where a lot of people, including myself, kind of fall short is managing others is because well, now I'm not even gonna say managing others. It's more so I fall short in managing my own appropriately to where I'm not out here feeling I currently feel. Like I understand how other people's emotions are, and I basically walk on eggshells to keep from allowing my emotions to make it worse, you know? Like I just don't want someone to feel like I'm out here trying to hurt them when all I want to do is love them. But I also feel like, what about me sometimes? Like, me, I feel like out here being considerate of other people about their feelings, about what they got going on. And yeah, they may ask me how I'm feeling, but at the end of the day, I still feel like what I'm feeling doesn't matter because what they got going on. So, if anyone's got any advice on that, please leave it in the comments. But I did ask ChatGPT some stuff. I asked it this morning, what is love? ChatGPT said, love complex and multifaceted love. I'm going to assume they meant to put the part is. Uh, love is complex. Love is a complex and multifaceted emotion that can take many forms, including romantic, platonic, familial, and self love. It often involves deep affection, care, and attachment to someone or something. Love can inspire joy, passion, and fulfillment, but it can also lead to vulnerability and pain. Philosophers, psychologists, and poets have explored its meaning throughout history, reflecting on how love shapes human experiences and relationships. Ultimately, love is subjective and can vary significantly from person to person. That's facts. Because you can have somebody out here saying they love you, but it's like you don't feel it because of how you like to be loved. Does that mean that that person loves you any less? No. It just means that it's not in alignment with the love that you feel. In my mind, um, how do you go about dealing with that? I don't know. It's kind of why I'm here. So I asked it, how can I feel more loved when I have plenty of caring people around me, but I don't feel loved by any of them or myself? It says, feeling loved even when surrounded by caring people can be challenging. Here are some steps you might consider. Some of these steps I already know: self reflection, communicate, practice self compassion, limit negative self talk, engage in activities, establish connections, seek professional help. Um, when it comes to the self reflection, explore your feelings. Journaling can help you identify why you feel unloved and what love means to you. I feel like this channel is basically going to be like my journal with you guys. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I like to talk it out. Writing is great. I love to write, but I kind of like to talk, and my thoughts just kind of come out, and there'll be some nuggets in there. Communicate. Share your feelings with those you trust. Sometimes people may not know you need more support or affirmation. Practice self compassion. Treat yourself with kindness. Engage in activities that make you feel good and boost your self esteem. Limit negative self talk. Challenge any negative thoughts about your worth or your relationships. Reframe those thoughts into more positive affirmations. Engage in activities. Spend time doing things you enjoy or volunteer to help others. Giving and receiving love can enhance feelings of connection. Establish connections. Make an effort to spend quality time with the people in your life. Building deeper connections can foster a sense of love. And then obviously, you know what seek professional help means. They can give you coping strategies and valuable insight from a therapist. Um, honestly, I feel like that all of that does work. This past weekend, I went with my son to Dinosaur something state park here in Texas, and it was cool. It was cool being out in nature, and it was so many people out there, and just my son was having a good time, just roaming around and looking for stuff, and he had a good time. And he said something to me that made me feel good. He was like, we were going into a place that, we weren't sure where it was going to lead up. I mean, I knew we were on the trail, but I wanted it to be an adventure. So, I just made it seem like, oh, which way we're going to go? Let him lead the way. And he asked me, Mommy, do you have my back? And I almost wanted to cry right there because that's all I want to show my son. And I was like, of course I got your back. I'm right here. And he just was so happy and had so much fun just walking around, roaming around the state park. No electronics, no, none of that other stuff. Just us and nature. But yeah. And that really made me feel like it made me feel love in that moment. And let's see what else. Self-reflection. I do a lot of self-reflection, but I will say I also do a lot of negative self-talk. I have to get out of that for sure because as soon as I feel any inkling of something that makes me feel off, I run with it. And so it's like right now in my life, I sit up here and I tell somebody that I love them every day, and I still feel like it's not going anywhere. And yeah, I just feel like I'm loving somebody to help them get through something. And once they've gotten through it, I'll have done my part required of me by God, and it'll be time for me to move on. And I just feel like, what did I do to be loved the way I am? And then in the self reflection, that's why I have the negative self talk. I'm the problem because if people aren't loving me the way that I need and want to be loved, then that means that I'm not loving myself the way that I should be. And Yeah. Need more time to myself. Need more time to feel like I love myself and not feel like I need the I'm not gonna sit up here and say I don't need. I feel like every person who desires connection also desires some type of validation from another person. And it's not to say all your validation comes from other people. It just means that when you don't have it within you, when you can't give 100%, you have that person in your life. You have your person who can pick up the slack. You might need a little extra oomph today, and that person is there because they love you. That they're gonna be there and they're gonna give you that extra oomph. Um, and right now, I just feel like everyone has their things going on, and I can't ask for that from anybody. I have to get that from myself and God. And not to say that God's not good enough, but everything that I'm learning and everything that I'm believing and feeling, it can't just be that. We wouldn't have been put here in physical form if we weren't meant to have it and feel it physically. But I could be wrong, you know? Everyone has their opinions about religion and belief and a higher power and all of that. And I get it. I really do get it. But for me, I'm trying to figure it out for me. And obviously, the higher power has had me because I've been through some stuff, done some things, shouldn't be here, but I'm still here. Gotta be a higher power. Gotta be. Um, anyway, not to get emotional with y'all. Obviously, like I said, I'm in a weird place when it comes to love and all of this. Um, so I asked another question. It says, "What do I do if the person I love feels they love me enough, yet I feel empty?" So ChatGPT says, "Feeling empty in a relationship where love exists can be difficult. Here are some steps to consider." It says the same thing, some of the same things as the other one. The only difference is, um, you know, it says self-reflection, take time to understand your feelings of emptiness. Consider what aspects of the relationship or your life might be contributing to these feelings. Communicate openly where your feelings with the person you love. Share your feelings with the person you love. Honest communication can help both of you understand each other's perspectives and needs better. Identify needs. Think about what you need to feel more fulfilled. It could be emotional support, quality of time, reassurance, or deeper intimacy. And you know what? That's crazy. I didn't even. I want to read the rest, but I'm gonna just pause real quick. Identify needs. That I think is where my issue lies. Just being on live with y'all right now, I seriously feel like that's where my issue lies. I don't feel like I can say my needs. I don't. I feel like if I say my needs, it's too much. It's too much for the people in my life. And I do mean people, and so I keep my needs to myself. Um, and this is relationships where I'm giving my body and relationships where it's just friendships. And I'm saying it like that for a reason. Um, yeah, I don't like to give off my needs. I feel like the relationships that I have in my life, when I say my needs, I feel like it's too the energy I get back from the other people gives me my needs are too much. No bullshit. My needs are too much and I need to rely more on myself than asking them for those things. I need to rely on myself because we all have things going on in our lives and other people are just not capable. And so it's like me identifying my needs, me saying it, it's like, yeah, this is what I need from you, but I can't even get that from you because you got what you got going on. So be honest with me. Is that love for real? Or is that emotional abuse? Because I done been in a narcissistic relationship. I got a child with one. Um, and yeah, I just feel like in that situation, I could only cater to their needs, and my needs were never catered to because my needs were insignificant. What I need, I should be able to give myself, and I should be able to fulfill them. And then I'm feeling as if, hate to use this word again, but I'm just feeling like a slave. Whatever you want, whatever you need, I'm here. But when it comes to me, what Adrian wants, what Adrian needs, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter, and it's not going to happen. But this is where the positive self-talk comes and evaluating your relationships. I feel like that should be added. Oh, it does say evaluate the relationship. Where's that? Anyway, so that was identify needs. Set boundaries. Set boundaries. If certain behaviors from them contribute to your feelings of emptiness, discuss these boundaries openly and constructively. Don't feel safe to do that. I don't feel safe to do that. I feel like if I do that, this person's gonna get this person, people, these people gonna get upset because every time I try to set a boundary, it's an argument with one person. Another person, if I try to set a boundary, I don't understand, or they say they understand, but they treat me different. Another person is very understanding, but they have their own life. Everyone else has their own lives. It's just like I feel alone. I don't want to bother anybody. Anyway, explore personal interests. Engage in activities that fulfill you personally. Sometimes focusing on individual growth can improve your emotional state and enhance your relationship. Yeah, I've been trying to volunteer more. I ain't gonna lie. Volunteering really does help. I want to cook, guys. Like I want to cook meals and pass meals out, you know. But money tight right now, and people gotta. It's just crazy. Like it's like you be wanting to do so much for others. I be wanting to give stuff away. Just here, you know, because I know what it's like to need something and not be able to give it or get it, you know, and sometimes you need help. And I wish there was more people out here that would just be like, yeah, you need help, I got you. So I feel like I want to be that person, but I still need my own abundance. I need my own overflow. I feel like I'm hanging on by a thread in a lot of areas in my life, mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually, hanging on by a thread all the time. And there's good days. I'm not gonna sit up here and say I don't have good days. I obviously have good days. I'm still here. But those bad days be really hitting. Um Gratitude and appreciation definitely have to come through more for me. Um, but yeah, definitely need to do that more. Be outside more. I need to be outside more. I feel like I work from home. I'm inside the house at my desk all day, giving time to my son, and then I have nothing left for myself. And then the times that I do have for myself, I I give that to somebody else that I feel like doing be just taking it out of obligation. I don't know. I don't know what it is, honestly. I don't really I feel like all my emotions and my feelings and everything into a lot of my relationships, I feel empty. I feel like I've taken them out and I just don't care anymore. Like I really don't care. It's not like I don't care about them. It's not that I don't care about them going where they want to go in their life. I just feel like my needs aren't met. So let me take my emotions out of it. Let me take my feelings out of it so that I can give them what they need. And not have my feelings hurt by the fact that I don't feel like they're gonna ever be give me what I need. And not to put that pressure on anybody. I mean, nobody needs that pressure. I'm not saying that they have to do anything if they don't want to, but my thing is if you don't want to, why communicate with me? That's another thing. It's like, oh, um, if I'm understanding, I shouldn't cut people off. Okay. But if my needs not being met and I don't even feel like I can even bring that to you, what's the point of the relationship? What's the point of communicating? What's the point? It's one-sided at that point. I'm gonna ask it what unrequited love is. I'm gonna put that on here real quick. Hold on, but let's go through this. Evaluate the relationship. I said I was gonna come back to it. Evaluate the relationship. Consider whether the relationship dynamics meet your emotional needs. It's okay to evaluate whether changes are needed for both your happiness. That's the problem. There is no relationship to evaluate. Just friendships, y'all. I have no relationship. I give my body and there's no relationship. So what can I evaluate? For real. What can I evaluate at this point? Like, I be talking to my one of my closest friends. Thank God for her. She's one of the people that I feel like I could talk to, but once again, she has her own things going on in her life, so I don't be wanting to bother her. But it's just like she always says, "What about me? What about me? What about me?" And I'm like, I don't feel like I have the room. Sorry, y'all, my connection keep messing up. But I don't feel like I have the room to really evaluate and bring to to bring to another person's attention if there is no relationship, just a flip. So some of the things that I feel like my needs are not being met can't be met. I feel like it's a type of emotional abuse. I ain't gonna lie. Like I feel emotionally abused. That's why I feel down all the time. Um, and plus I'm still dealing with trying to get back right from the narcissist. Last one is seek professional guidance. So yeah. Another question I asked. Here's a good one. I felt like. How do you know if someone is a trauma bond or a real genuine connection? This one I had to ask myself because once again, my friend who communicated with me, she basically was like, "This is a trauma bond," and I was in my head. I was like, "How? How?" I felt like, but everything that now that I'm really thinking about it and sitting here thinking about it, and the fact that I was like, I've already been through some situations, and I have people in my life who have gone through similar situations or are going through currently situations that I've already been through. And it just makes you think, is our connection because of this trauma or is our connection really genuine? So here's what it says. Signs of a trauma bond. Cycle of abuse. There may be a pattern of manipulation, hurtful behavior, and occasional kindness, creating confusion and reliance on the abuser. 3 years of being confused. No bullshit. 3 years. Intense emotions. Ooh, 3 years of going through a cycle of cutting people off. Abuse. Intense emotions. Feelings of anxiety, fear, or confusion often accompany the relationship as opposed to stable, positive emotions. Goddamn. Ooh, I don't know if I could say that, but I meant to say got. Mm. Anyway, wow. Wow. We're going to let that one marinate for a second. When I say all them emotions for the past 3 years, I mean it. I mean intense, crying, boohoo, losing my shit for the past 3 years. It's out of control. Dependency. You might feel overly reliant on the other person for validation or emotional support, often to the detriment of your well being. Wow. Wow. And here I am feeling how I'm feeling. Been feeling how I'm feeling. And now I don't feel anything because I don't want to depend on anyone no more. All these first three, I'm gonna get to the other two. I'm gonna get to the other two, but these first three, been feeling it, tired of feeling it, literally don't feel anything more. It is what it is now. I don't give a fuck. I really don't care. I really don't care. And like I said earlier, it's not that I don't care about the person. It's not that I don't care about the person. I just don't care no more. Because if I care, if I keep caring, I'm gonna keep doing them right there. I'm gonna keep feeling, and I don't want to feel no more. I'm tired. Anyway, fear of abandonment. There may be a strong fear of losing the person, even if the relationship is harmful. Yeah, yeah, I still have that. I fear that this person's gonna leave me, and in my mind, I'm like, is it really that bad anymore? I'm literally thinking that. Is it really that bad if they leave me? I've had so many people leave me. I'm still here. Maybe I'll be okay. That's something I really am trying to convince. I literally have turned my emotions off to convince myself that I will be okay. I'll be okay. Self-sacrifice. Oh wow, this is the fifth one. You might find yourself compromising. Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw it froze. I was like, hmm. Um, self-sacrifice. You might find yourself compromising your values or well-being repeatedly for the sake of the relationship. What was I just talking about this whole time? I feel like I am giving up myself to make other people happy, and I do not get back anything to feel anything from these people. In other words, I'm pouring, 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 and I don't feel like anything's getting poured into me. And what makes it worse is that the people who believe that they're pouring into me are going through something. So they don't even realize that they're not pouring anything. Anyway, signs of genuine connection. Mutual respect. Both individuals respect each other's feelings, boundaries, and individuality without manipulation. Open communication. Healthy dialogue exists, allowing both people to express their thoughts and feelings honestly. Emotional safety. You feel safe to share vulnerabilities without fear of being judged or hurt. Supportive environment. Each person's growth and well being are prioritized, fostering a nurturing relationship. Yeah, need it. Need it. Here's the thing. Let me ask you this. If you are the person who's doing, let me read the rest. Um, I said the supportive environment. Last one is consistent affection. Genuine connections tend to have stable, positive feelings of love, attraction, and joy. Okay. All five of these, if you are the person trying to do that while also doing the other five, is it a genuine connection or is it a trauma bond? Or is it both? Is it a genuine connection through trauma? We This is some serious questions. I ain't gonna lie to you. Um, honestly, I feel like when it comes to those five, me and a lot of people both do these things, but I feel like I guess, and you know what? Let me not even say that. I guess I, in reflecting right now, I think it's like I have been hurt. I have been through the trauma bond situation, and it's still on me. It's definitely got to still be on me because I still feel those things. I still do those things. Lately, I've been trying to not really self-sacrifice, dependency, not have intense emotions, uh, not care if they leave, not so I don't have the fear of abandonment. I basically am trying to go against all those signs of a trauma bond, right? I'm trying to shut off those parts of me that make me go into those 5 things, and I try to focus the parts of me that can do the 5 things of the genuine connection. But in that, I feel empty, you guys. Like, I feel nothing. I feel like I'm just out here trying to be a person for people while that's it. I don't there's nothing in return. There's nothing in return from these people. Um I'm asking ChatGPT, what is unrequited love? Unrequited love is a type of love that is not reciprocated or returned by the other person. In this situation, one person has strong feelings of affection or desire for someone who does not feel the same way. This can lead to feelings of sadness, frustration, and loneliness for the person experiencing unrequited love. Common characteristics of unrequited love: one sided feelings. One person has romantic feelings while the other is either unaware or does not share those feelings. Longing. There is often a persistent desire for a deeper connection that remains unfulfilled. Emotional pain. It can lead to feelings of heartache, jealousy, and sadness as the individual yearns for love that is not returned. Dang, I keep freezing over here. This camera look fine. I wonder if y'all can still hear me. Anyway, so um yeah, idealization. The person may idolize the one they love, overlooking their flaws or the reality of the situation. Now, I felt like at one point I was in this situation, but realized that it wasn't this. It wasn't unrequited. Um, so let's ask it another question. Let's see. Okay. Ooh. So this is what I asked. I said, what is love where two people act like they love each other, but one person is distant while the other wants to be closer? The situation you're describing could represent a relationship dynamic characterized by mixed signals or emotional disconnect. Here are a few components to consider. Characteristics of this dynamic: discrepancy in attachment style. One partner may have an avoidant attachment style, causing them to pull back or create distance despite showing signs of affection. The other might have an anxious attachment style, seeking closeness and reassurance. Mm. Different needs. One person may desire emotional intimacy and connection, while the other may need space or fear vulnerability. This can create tension and confusion in the relationship. Mixed signals. The person who appears loving may still maintain emotional distance, leading the partner seeking closeness to feel uncertain about the relationship's Depth. Mm. Communicative gaps. There may be a lack of open communication about feelings and needs, making it hard for both individuals to understand each other's perspectives. Mm. Like I said, what's crazy is I felt like I had to turn off my emotions. Wow. Steps to address the situation. Open communication. Encourage a candid conversation about each other's feelings, needs, and boundaries. This can help clarify the relationship's dynamics. Interesting thing about dynamics, if someone doesn't want a relationship or a title or anything, how can you have a dynamic? Food for thought. Understand attachment styles. Educate yourself about attachment styles to better understand each other's behaviors and triggers. Set relationship goals. Discuss what both of you want from the relationship. Aligning your goals can promote mutual understanding and adjustment. Respect boundaries. Be mindful of each other's comfort levels. It's important to balance the desire for closeness with respect for personal space. And once again, evaluate the relationship. Reflect on whether the relationship meets both partners' emotional needs and whether it's worth pursuing given the current dynamic. Navigating this kind of relationship can be challenging, but open dialogue and understanding can help bridge the gap between emotional closeness and distance. Here's the thing. What about people who still trying to navigate their emotions? It's like was to me, not to say that people aren't capable, but if they don't know and they don't do the research to go find the knowledge so they can apply it to their lives, how would they even go about doing this with somebody if they both want to? Here's the thing. When somebody wants to, they figure out a way. And that's the truth. Like when you truly have a desire to do something, you're going to find a way. When you have purpose and you know what your purpose is and you have that confidence within yourself and that self-esteem to know I can do anything that I try, and even if I fail, I can try something else and keep going until you get to the goal you want. That is something that a lot of people don't have. And those people that do have successful relationships, have successful careers, have successful in whatever their purpose is. They have success in that because they keep going. They have perseverance, they have consistency, they have discipline, they have everything that they need within themselves to be able to do that. And some things have to be taught, some things have to be learned if you weren't taught that. If you have parents that didn't teach you how to keep going, then guess what? You're not going to know what to do. You're going to have to let life teach you that. And whether you want to learn it is going to be up to you. And this is why it's all about your choice. You have the choice to make decisions and you have the choice to figure out what it is you want to be doing with your life. You have the choice. And if you sit up here and act like it's just gonna come to you doing something, you're gonna waste a lot of time. And I'm telling you from somebody who's wasted a lot of time. Sorry, y'all. Kid. Um, yeah. Um, yeah, wasted a lot of time. Now I have a kid and I have to teach them some things that one, I don't have a male figure in my life or his life to teach him some of the things that I still don't know. And two, we're learning together. We're having to learn together for me to learn some things that I don't even know and to teach him some things that he's growing up to have to learn and figure out. One thing I know for sure, I'm not going to coddle him like I was coddled. I'm not going to crutch him like I was crutched. And that's hard for me as a mom because I don't want him to feel like I don't have his back. But I also don't want to crutch him to where he can't go out there and make decisions for himself. He can't be an independent man. I want him to be an independent man. I want him to be a man who knows how to go get it, wants to go seek the knowledge, wants to go work hard, wants to fulfill his purpose, knows what his purpose is, has a connection to God, the real, true, and living God, not all this extra stuff that everybody wants to, not all this religion, but I mean the true and living God, the creator, the higher power, the most high, whatever you want to call him. True connection to the most high, true connection to the creator, not the devil. Because people like to make, anyway, not going to get into that today. But yeah, and this is tough. Like, people be out here, like, I don't know who try to make it seem like this stuff is easy. This stuff is not easy. And but that, I feel like that's where you have to try to find beauty and joy, is going through the process, going through it and trying to figure out. And once you figured it out, being able to not only have come out on top, but you can help other people. Like, that's all I be wanting to do is, at this point, the only thing that keeps me going is feeling like my purpose is to help others. My purpose is to go through things and help others when they get to that situation, so that they don't feel how I felt going through it. I'm still trying to figure it out though, y'all. I'm still trying to figure it out. But we're 48 minutes in. Nobody's watched. It's just been me, y'all. Me and the internet and Chat GPT. Anyway, um yeah, let me know what you guys think. Give me some advice. Leave some comments below. Check out the description and let me know what y'all think. Give me some more questions. You can ask Chat GPT. I don't care. Or if y'all just have some comments, some videos, anything, send them my way. This has been a live stream episode of the Love and Light podcast with Adrian Malia. That's me. And we up early, getting to it. Time to get to work, time to get ready for school. But I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. And I love you all.